Alright, y'all, so y'all saw me do my hair. I took a shower and I washed my face with CeraVe. This has actually been working good for me aside from the times that I have my breakouts. But I got the CeraVe. I already showed y'all this charcoal mask, which I'm gonna be applying this, and then we're gonna end it with this daily moisturizing lotion. Usually when I do this mask, I see a difference. My face is smooth, so I am hoping for the best. But while I'm doing this, of course, I am going to talk to you guys. I feel like a lot of people going through things right now, which I know that's life, that's an everyday thing, but it seems like more now than ever just because of so many things happening, so many people losing their lives or taking their lives that you don't expect, mental health at an all-time high. So I wanted to kind of talk about habits that I've been incorporating slowly into my routine on how to get rid of like mental drain or overthinking or negative thoughts and things like that, because we all deal with it. Some more severe than others. Some people can handle more than others, but sometimes you have to take a step back and figure out what works for you. So I wanted to talk about a few things that I've done to kind of help me to like get out of my head. Because with me being a Virgo, sometimes it's 10 times worse. I'm always thinking. I'm very mental. So I'm trying to kind of get out of that and focus on being a little more present, a little more aware of what's going on in the moment, not being too anxious, not overthinking. So one thing that I've been doing and I constantly do is cleaning up my social media. So by that I mean any accounts that really are not beneficial to me or that are negative, I delete. Sometimes, even if it's friends and family, if you feel like your friends and family are too negative, you don't want to see that every time you get on your timeline. I try to fill my social media with more like affirmations, more just positivity, things that make me happy, things that inspire, motivate. Those are the type of accounts that I follow, as well as clearing out space on my phone, different apps that I'm not using, different subscriptions that are like really just taking my money because I'm not even using the program. Anything that's taking up space, I got rid of it. And I'm still deleting pictures, old pictures. Sometimes you have duplicate photos. You have all these photos in your phone. For me, I don't like to see all that. So I got rid of that. Number 2 is limiting my screen time. When it comes to social media, I get on, I post, and I get off. I may, scroll for like 2 minutes and then I get off. I like to be responsible for my own thoughts. I like to be responsible for how I feel. I don't want anything to influence me in a negative way. I don't really want to see, which I know some things we can't avoid, like death and stuff, but it's like I don't want to get on every time and see that this person passed away or RIP this person, or it becomes depressing because I'm very empathetic. I feel very deeply, and I'm always like, anytime I hear about somebody losing somebody, like it's heartbreaking. I try to just kind of stay off of it as much as I can while still connecting with the people that, important to me. Number 3 is writing out my thoughts. I usually do this on my phone, like in my notes, because it's convenient. Anytime I have a thought, sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night with a thought and I try to write it down because I'm like, I'm having this thought for a reason. So just really getting the thoughts that are in your head, getting them out of your head and on paper, even if it's negative, even if it's a feeling that you're feeling and you don't understand. I know I look crazy, but this is the process of putting on a mask. Really just been doing that, but I would like to start writing more on paper because there's something about writing your thoughts on paper that I like, because I grew up doing that. Grew up writing music, grew up writing poetry, forgot I had a nose ring. But yeah, so that's something that's important. Writing is very therapeutic. Find a quiet spot, go to a nice, relaxing place, and just write your thoughts. They don't even have to make sense, but Sometimes what I've realized is some of the things that I write, or even some of the things that I record, it may just come out and later I read it or listen to it and it's something that I needed to hear in the moment, or something that may not have made sense when I wrote it, but it makes a lot of sense later. Number 4 is creating a to-do list. What I was doing before was creating a to-do list for like the week or the month, or shoot, even the year, just planning everything out. And I realized with that's kind of just setting me up for failure. It's really helpful if you do it like the night before and you just focus on that next day. Like, what do I have to do for the next day? Once you check everything off that list, then you can move on to the next day. But it's really helpful to plan out your day in advance, down to, okay, what am I gonna eat? What bills have to be paid? And just list it out. If you have kids, if you have a significant other, you just incorporate everything on your to-do list that involves everybody that's attached to you. And it's something about checking that off that makes you feel accomplished and like one step closer to your goal. So that's very important, because if not, you're going to constantly be behind and it's constantly going to be weighing on your mind. At least for me, it does. So as soon as I think it and I know I have to do it, it's like, okay, I need to act on it, or I need to put it on my to-do list for tomorrow. And regardless of how I feel, I just need to do it because it needs to get done anyway. So that's helped me with procrastination. I definitely am not where I should be, but it's a process. So I really feel like a to-do list is helpful for everybody. Number 5 is waking up earlier. Whatever early is for you, early for me is like between 4 and 5. It's like a really good time where I feel most productive. I feel like I'm up early and I've accomplished so much. And then once I start my day and I get things done, it's still early. I love those days because that's always when I can get the most done. Everything on my to-do list, I knock that out. And then I'm also waking up, spending some quiet time with myself and with my thoughts. And so that's the time when you can do all these things. You can journal, you can write your to-do list if you haven't done it the day before. You can check your email, like whatever works for you. You can meditate, you can read a book. Just being productive. That's something that has been really helpful to me, is waking up early. Especially when you have a purpose. It's not enough to just wake up early when you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. Because I did that at one point and I was not productive. So when you get up with a purpose, because you did your to-do list, you have to have a reason to want to get up early. Whether it's, okay, I need to go to the gym. When you knock out things first thing in the morning, you don't have to stress about it later. So that's something to really keep in mind, is to wake up early. Number 6 is reading and listening to a podcast. So reading, like I said, I want to get better at. We're supposed to create like a little reading nook, probably in the room. And I'm excited to do that. I'm going to show y'all that. Just a place where we can go and read is important. Like constantly feeding myself knowledge. I'm a very curious person. I've always been that way since I was little. I've always enjoyed learning and seeking information. So that's something that I want to continue to do, of course. Podcasts, I love listening to podcasts, especially when if I'm working out or if I'm driving sometimes, whatever I'm doing, I like to listen to other people's perspectives because very open-minded and I love to hear other people's take on the world. Number 7 is affirmations. Affirmations and just motivational quotes. Affirmations are important to me. I have affirmation cards and I try to just challenge myself to be more positive, to look at myself in a more positive light, to do things that I've never done before, to constantly challenge and push myself past my expectations. So affirmations are always great, even to just wake up and when you're not feeling your best, when you're not looking your best. If nobody else is going to affirm you, you need to affirm yourself. Your view of you is the most important view. Aside from God, if you believe in God, your view of yourself is the most important view. So what everybody else is thinking, they don't know the thoughts that you have. They don't know the vision that you have. They don't know where you're going. So their opinion really doesn't matter. I'm taking my own advice. Like, you have to constantly remind yourself of that every single day. Like, you are valuable, you're worthy, you have a voice, you're talented, whatever it is. Number 8 is sleep and relax. My sleeping habits haven't been the best. I have my days, especially when it's like, okay, I take a nap, and then I may nap for some hours, and then by the time it's time to go to sleep, I'm not sleepy, so I throw off my sleep pattern. So I've been trying to just stay productive throughout the day, so that by the time, kind of like a kid, you take them to the park, you take them and wear them out, and then by the time it's time for them to go to sleep, they go to sleep. I take care of everything I need to, so that by the time it's time for me to go to sleep, I have a nice peaceful sleep, because I don't really have too much on my mind, because I did everything, I wrote everything down, I accomplished my goals, so I'm happy and looking forward to the next day. When I was not accomplishing my goals and I felt like, dang, what's my next move? I always had something on my mind that kept me from going to sleep, or eating late, or drinking different types of drinks before bed and stuff that would keep me up. Like, why am I drinking caffeine right before bed? The next thing is becoming more intentional. Being intentional for me just means that everything that I do, I have to do it for a reason. If I'm eating, it's like, okay, I'm eating for better health. I'm not eating just because I'm hungry. If I'm recording a video, I want to record it because I feel like maybe this can help someone. Hopefully it can help someone, even if it's one person. I'm not just recording a video just to get a like or just to get a comment. Anything that I purchase, I'm not just buying stuff just because I want to look a certain way to other people. I'm buying it because I need it, or because it's something that I've been wanting for a while, or something that can help, something that can enhance my lifestyle, or it's an investment. But yeah, you get the point. Everything just needs to be intentional, down to the people in your life. If you're not serving a purpose in my life, why are you there? I don't want any extra clutter, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's draining. That's something that I've been working on, is just being intentional, having to remind myself, like, if I want to go to the convenience store and get a snack, is this really gonna help me to reach my goals? These Chips Ahoy cookies are not gonna help me reach my goals. The last thing is decluttering physically. So like I said in the empty house tour, I didn't want to bring anything in here that didn't serve a purpose. We got rid of a lot of stuff. That's something that helps me keep a clear mind. Your environment is everything. Even if you got to go drawer by drawer and say, okay, do I really need this? Do I even use this? If you haven't used it in the last year, then why do you need it? You're not going to miss it, trust me. Stop putting so much energy into stuff and put more energy into experiences, the people in your life, and I feel like you'll slowly start to see yourself being a genuinely happier person. But yeah, those are some things that I've been doing to help me to kind of clear my mind, to get rid of this mental clutter. My face is getting tight, so I'm gonna peel this off soon. But hopefully this video helped somebody. Next week, I'm probably gonna be focusing more on organization and getting some things together for the apartment. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you tune in. I am trying to upload different types of videos just to kind of see what you guys like. That's why you'll see me doing organization. You may see me doing these content videos. You may see me doing a podcast. Not because I'm trying to do too much, it's just that's all that I do. I do all of these things, and you gravitate towards what you gravitate towards. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, so make sure, if you are not subscribed, if you're just watching, please subscribe. It costs you nothing. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I'm talking